Hi, I'm Isaac from Snowball Esports, here at the OPL studio with the triumphant Rogue after locking first place. A pretty good game against Mammoth. How are you guys feeling after getting that top of the spot on the ladder and winning out in that match?
I don't know how everyone else is feeling, but I am losing my mind. I think the whole studio heard me screaming. I was laying on the floor just yelling into the carpet. I'm feeling great.
And you get the week off now. Are you going to celebrate? Are you going to go out and do that, or are you going to practice for the grand final?
No week-long benders here. We get the day off, and then we get right back to work. It just means we don't have to fly up, which is great. And we get to hide our picks going into grand final, so that's great. And we get to sit back and watch other teams and take the piss of them, like, battling it out.
I guess the feeling of kind of knowing that you're already in the grand final, like all the work is kind of done after the regular season. Is it kind of what you're expecting coming into the split?
It's actually so relieving, like, just knowing that we're in this grand final now. Like, just thinking about it, like, all the time, endless nights of, like, losing sleep and stuff, it's so great to actually be locked in. Like, it was our expectation to be the best team, and now we're first place, and now, like, I've got the shot at, like, the dream, like, achieving the dream, coming for, like, winning grand final. Like, I'm so excited.
How much has the fact that since the gauntlet's kind of been brought into the OPL, first place teams always win, has that kind of played on your mind at all?
I mean, when I was on Sin with Roma FPI, we did the massive Sin Gaming Gauntlet run, and we came close. I reckon if we won that one game, went to grand final, we would have won that. So it's not to say that it's like guaranteed we're going to win, but it is a great advantage for us, like being able to see whoever we versus, like their picks and things, and having more time to prep.
Yeah, definitely. I guess looking back a little bit, there was 2 weeks ago, you had that loss to Chiefs. They started to kind of come quite close to you guys at the top of the table. You've kind of bounced back with a couple of pretty decisive wins, closed it out with the first place. Was there ever a concern that maybe you guys were going to, find that banana peel and slip right at the end of the season?
Well, I was really confident. Like, we've only lost to Chiefs, and in both our losses against it was to a large part external conditions. Like, I was very sick last week, things like that. Not to say the Chiefs didn't play well and we didn't play bad on those days, but we were confident we'd beaten every other team, so why should we lose at this point, which we didn't. So now we just have to prove that we can beat Chiefs more than they can beat us, I guess.
The fact that they kind of hold the tiebreaker heading into it, that they've kind of won like a stretched out best of 3. Do you feel like you can turn around and take the revenge in the best of 5 if they make it to the grand final through the gauntlet?
Oh, I actually know that, like, if they make grand final, or like the videos leading up to it, it'll be Bombers, like the first place team, but then they're just holding the head to head, so they'll be right in that one. That'll be their thing. That'll be our thing. So that's going to be their thing. But I like, even after our last loss against them, and even the first one, like, I was very confident that we should have won those games, both those games. Like, we should have had the perfect season this season. That is just some slip-ups. That's just some discipline errors. But, come grand final, we won't have those mistakes.
We'll just let these guys go through.
Congrats on first, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
All right. And so, like you said already, most of your teammates are coming from that Sin group. Obviously, a few are missing. Some have turned to general management and things like that. What does it mean to get first place and head into that grand final with a lot of your teammates who you've kind of had that experience with for a while?
So it's really interesting. Tommy the most. Like, obviously I've been with Victor. I've seen him grow through the whole time. But with Tommy, with Roma, I had a break. But, like, we've all matured so much. I was thinking that watching us drafting before the match today, about how much people have matured, the way that they selflessly go towards draft and see more than just, like, their individual aspect. So they've grown so much. It's amazing. And I did, like, a thing earlier today. I had, an interviewer that asking me, how do you chill out? In previous teams, I would just listen to music and just completely go into a shell and just relax that way. But this team, I actually just chat with my team before the game. I never put headphones on. I never do any of that. I genuinely love these guys. Like, they're my closest friends in my life. So I genuinely, I relax just by talking to them.
Do you feel like that kind of really close kinship has been an element that's kind of played into the fact that you guys have been so dominant this split?
I think there's a lot of things. I think we're the most motivated team, like, the OPL's ever seen, because we're all people who have come so close to winning, and who have just been the best in their role. And and just have never made it. And so that's probably the biggest part, like the motivation, the drive that we have to come first place and to win. Yeah.
The grand final is obviously on the horizon. Oh, come in.
This is the show. Well done.
See you there.
So well. Good eyebrows.
Oh well.
Now that Nick's had his input, the grand final's on the horizon. You know, it's not certain that you're going to win that, but you guys are coming in as first. What would it mean to you, to Tommy, to Victor, to everybody on the team to head to MSI as the Oceanic representatives now? And we'll let one more through.
So sorry.
No, I mean, OS has never gone international and done as well as they'd hoped. But this team I see it. Like, I see that we're the team to do that for the entire region. Oh, we're getting so far ahead of ourselves. We haven't even won domestically yet. No, like, yeah, like if we make it international, I think that's probably our best hope. Yeah.
Awesome. One more. Well, I guess just finally, as we're getting this rush of people, do you have a message for Bombers fans, for Essendon fans, I guess, that have stepped into the esports realm now that you guys have taken the top spot?
Thank you, guys. Like, you know, a few weeks ago, I got to do something for the Grand Prix, and there was a bunch of kindergarten kids, and I got mobbed by them, and I was just eye level with them all, getting mobbed. And, you know, for another event, I got to wear I bought my first suit the other day.
I saw that.
I was wearing how good do I look in that suit?
You did pull it off. You had a few too many buttons done up, I would say.
I'm still got my L plates on for my suit, but I wore that suit around the house for like days. Oh, it was amazing. But just the endless opportunities that this has given me, and all those opportunities that to do with just even like this is what I love doing, you know, outside of video games, outside of esports. I would love to just be like talking on a camera, just doing something like this. So when I do this, it's like I get to live my dream every day. So I just want to thank everyone for that.
Well, fantastic. Hopefully Rogue can continue his dream and the Bombers' dream at the grand final. We're here from the obviously very busy OPL studio.